level of young people. So, because entrepreneurship is not just about business, it's about creating awareness for young people to think out of the box, even if they want to venture in higher education, how you can be able to understand, make design decision on entrepreneurship rather. So currently we have a program for high school students that we run to see how to expose them at letter age in innovation and so that program, we have been very successful with the US Embassy. They supported us in signing to launch the program in Liberia, partnership with the University of Liberia in the state of Liberia. So we have an money, and the winner from that competition travel to the US, people share $100,000 money. So that's why that is the component of the high school. Then for the university, we feel that the university, especially other countries that we have seen, especially Ghana, if the other countries around here, young people who graduate from college, they are the job creators, they should be job creators. Unlike Liberia, graduate from school people even learn how to tap computer or how to learn computer skills. So the university component is designed to empower young people to develop small and medium-sized enterprises. So as we graduate from universities, they become employers as job creators as well as Indian communities. So this is what we do at Liberia, and we are very grateful that we have had success in what we do, and small entrepreneurs. We have been able to graduate from just having 3 employees, and definitely settled because we are not just supporting in that. And then one of the EU project that we are also supporting is implemented by every AGA concern and so on. For the last 2 years, we have been supporting the process in terms of business development support, also the visibility component been doing that. So one of the key challenges that we have also seen that this project tries to address is issue of access to finance. So the EU project now is providing secret that young people can use to get their business started also improve. And then as part of that challenge of the part of the consequent administration, this EU project is also supporting beyond that will be able to support the young between 6 months, 12 years of support, sustainable support that will be able to also have the platform to grow their business and reach to where they have to be fully established. So basically, this is where we work. This platform is not where we can discuss everything, but this is what we're doing in Liberia, and we are very grateful that we are giving the platform. Sure. So those are the young people who here that have an idea, establish a business or to run a social venture in any of the sectors, especially the agricultural sector. You can reach out to us. We have the skills, we have the network. We can help you out. You can get started, and you can make a better impact in addressing the food insecurity, and malnutrition. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
So the panel discussion is ongoing.
Aspiring youth engagement in the agribusiness in Liberia. For which reason, majority of the young people who were interviewed were more interested in getting public government jobs because somebody said because they are guaranteed regular income. Now, some of the challenges or barriers that were identified included limited access to startup capital, and then access to land, technology, among others. Now, I'd like to find out from you, Mr. Sheriff, what your ministry is specifically doing to ensure that these barriers are removed so that it can change the perception of the young people to already start seeing agribusiness as an opportunity to get employment and also contribute to the food security of the country.
Thank you very much. Again, we want to extend thanks to EU, SIRAC, for initiating this recess. And we want to say bravo to the 3 young families is able for providing information as it relates to the workers. I would want to refer to them as the great ones who just didn't dream, but activated that dream. There are so many young people or persons who only dream, but their dream is never actualized. Having said this, we have a background in economics, finance, education, administration and supervision, international relations and diplomacy. But specifically, with what you have inquired, from an education, administration, and supervision perspective, we have a role to play to supervise the technical, vocational education, and training sector of the Republic of Liberia, specifically in the informal and the non-formal sector. I choose to contextualize this so not to provide a picture of entirety, rather a picture of limitation and function. So where we sit as a ministry, we are obligated to seek young people's interest, specifically on youth development and on TVET. And on the TVET specifics, our focus is to effectuate the popular saying of former U.S. President John F. Kennedy. That is to say, our progress as a nation is no swifter than our progress in education. The human mind is our fundamental resource. So for us, we focus on training young people. And this is why the Department of TVET and the Ministry of Education operates a business and domestic application and training center, the DEMTC, operates the 202 Agricultural Vocational Training Center, operates the Clay Agricultural Vocational Training Center. So, and two are not functional now, that is the Panama Vocational Training Center. So, it points out to the fact that we do focus on agriculture. And this is where I want to commend the researcher or CIRAC, because I would want to refer to their research as an act of authenticity. It is real. Most of those figures that came out, they are realistic figures, the realistic occurrences of the sector. So what do we do? You see how best we empower young people by giving them the technical skills. But specifically, when I saw the research, General Agriculture pointed to what? Statistics of the 1.4%. And this is what is offered in our TVET agricultural sectors. General agriculture. So you realize that it's not an issue of specialty. Now, what is the challenge? The challenge is, for us, we focus on 70% practical, 30% theoretical approach. So when you go to our TVET institution, it's more than you practically getting involved with agriculture. That is the life of this region. But the challenge is, and this is the major challenge, finance. And this challenge is recognizable because government has competing priorities. And these competing priorities point to the general budgeting and the key in how they can be channeled to these respective priorities. So it is a challenge from our own background. Most often, when these students are trained, they have the knowledge. But do they have the seed capital? Absolutely no. Do they have toolkits to actualize that skill? Absolutely no. So when we have confrontations, and engagements with our partners, we always try to put on the reality that as far as the provision of knowledge and skills are quite necessary, the issues of students being capacitated after graduation is very, very necessary. Could we have farmers to see how best we can create more correctives? That is possible. If you listen to them, they have been involved. They are just a few of our persons who have dreamed. But with limited funding, we cannot go beyond competing priorities and address what is not working for us. Do the government have vision to see that young people get started? Yes, indeed, the vision is there. As I speak to you, recently I was in Benin and I was in Ghana. I visited the Circus on Life. I visited the Adidomi Family Institute because we are training instructors. Presently, we have 52 Liberian instructors Tibet in agriculture and other areas that are studying in Kenya, South Africa, and Zambia as I speak to you. So we visited both Ghana and Benin. We selected both centers on that at Adidomi Family Institute because again, we are about to send 46 instructors there to go and train between a period of 9 to 18 months on the university project. And out of these 46 instructors, we have 20 that are ambassadors. So it tells you the preeminence or the totality of the vision that we place on agriculture. So as far as we want to move towards empowering people, the first thing we believe to start with is to get the mentality informed, get the vision established, and most importantly, create passion. You know, like I saw in the research, passion accounted for 53%. And the presenter laughed when the passion of leadership. I can tell you, passion is important for one to succeed in anything. You can have the knowledge, you can have the skills. When you are not passionate like these young people up here, the knowledge and the skills will die within you. So passion is a driving force to effectuate everyone's dream. Government is working, especially for the Tibet background, that have intimated area limitation of fund sharing. I speak to my office and to what my ministry is doing to see how we can effect positive change. Provision of knowledge, provision of skills, to give the young people the opportunity. Thank you.
Now, it appears education is offering some training programs. Ministry of Youth and Sports is offering some training programs. Development partners and international NGOs are all offering various training opportunities and interventions in the counties for young people. How is the Ministry of Agriculture coordinating all these efforts so that if we ask for the big picture of who is doing what where, we are able to bring everything together and ensuring that the support that is provided by each of these government agencies and non-governmental agencies are all feeding into that big national policy that Liberia has for youth in agriculture.
Thank you very much. Let me begin with extending my very special thanks and appreciation to the European Union for this great support. They have been doing very well for the agriculture sector, and I say for the agriculture sector because they are strong, and I've been working along with them for quite some time now. And also to Sarah for a very beautiful job well done, and even the presentation was very excellent, and it has given us a point to start. For me, I see it as a teaser. Now, to answer your question, we work with every intervener in the agricultural sector as partners. We refer to them as development partners. Whether it is the NGO, both international and local, as long as you, or maybe bilateral agreements or sponsors, the private sector in particular, even these other organizations that are around providing special support to the agricultural sector, we operate in partnership. And operating in partnership here means that we take complete stock of what they do, and we also use that as a basis for establishing proper coordination among ourselves and ensure that what they do is complementary. And of course, you know that's the point of coordination. Activities should be well organized and coordinated among ourselves so that support to the various actors of the agriculture sector are given in special ways to benefit those they should benefit, particularly the farmers or the producers, even the MSMEs, you know, micro and small, medium enterprises in agriculture, and even those who provide other specialized services in the agriculture sector, like the extension services provided, machine operators. So yes, we do take stock of all these things and make sure that they are coordinated in ways that we should work together to complement our efforts so that services provided to the sector that would strengthen the agricultural development and growth of this country is meaningful, and it picks up to the point that everyone benefits and see agriculture as a business. Now, talking agribusiness. That is a major point for this ministry, the Ministry of Agriculture, because we do a lot, but now we know that very little is known about what we do. Look at the kind of a product that are being displayed here. I don't know how many of us know about them, but they are there. And yet we don't know anything about them. And now today, these beautiful Nigerians, young people matched, are sitting here and talking about agribusiness and what they stand for. So I think this is a grand opportunity which we need to take advantage of so that we can strategize our approach to agriculture. And now you will see that the minister's dream of having the Liberia agriculture driven by the private sector is coming into being. How many government officials sitting here as agripreneurs? These are all Liberians, and they are outside of government. So these are the people that matter for this ministry. These are the people that we need to support. Yes, indeed, we need to talk about public-private partnership. Yes, we need to take some of these things into consideration because projects, these development projects that we've been implementing over the years have come up with structures that are serving as what people refer to as white elephants. We have these structures, particularly in the southeast, which we refer to as the agri-business centers, and they were there for people like you to go and take advantage of them, but they are in the bushes. They are lying idle. As a matter of fact, some of them have now become breeders for snakes and other animals. So please, don't just limit your operations here in Monrovia. Monrovia is not Nigeria. Take advantage of some of the structures that the government through its development partners have built and And these are some of the things we take stock of, and we try to encourage the youth, the young people, to go into agriculture, knowing that agriculture is a business. Please let me just quickly say something about a statement that was made about agriculture, how the youth perceive agriculture. Yes, I agree with that statement that youth perceive agriculture as a poor man's business. So none of them want to venture. Some of the university students will tell you, I'm not going to do agriculture, that's a business. I should go put my hand in the soil and let myself up? No. So yes, with that kind of a perception and with that kind of attitude, I think we now have this study that has been presented to us here today is something that I think should teach us, it should be something that should trigger the government's interest in creating specialized services in all of its educational and other agricultural sectors to ensure that agricultural curriculum is built and is enforced for implementation in the various schools. Not just the university, but someone said we should begin even at the elementary level. Yes, we should. I can tell you, somewhere way back when I was in grade 3, way back, we did something called the 4-H club. And that started bringing some people to the understanding that yes, indeed, agriculture is a good thing, and it is a source of sustainable livelihood. So please, these are the things that we need to start thinking about, and we will leave from here, carry the message that yes, we now need to rethink agriculture if we want to make it a real business. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I think that one thing that has come up since morning is the fact that we need to make a deliberate effort to help change the mindsets of our young people by showing them what is possible. There are success stories here in Liberia of young people going into agribusiness and producing goods competitively and making a living out of it. Those stories need to be told. And here is a call out to the media especially to reach out and identify such people and document their stories for dissemination. But of course, the boat stops with the Ministry of Agriculture as well to showcase some of these successes in the country. Now, I'm coming to you, our audience. I'm sure if I ask for challenges, we will not leave here today. So I'm not going to ask about challenges. I would wish that you don't focus on challenges at all. Now, I want you to tell us what your ideal package of support to young people who are interested in going to agribusiness should be. Now, please remember that we want to make agribusiness competitive. It's not just doing anything, but ensuring that we are able to impact the society or the communities where they work, and we are able to also eventually reach out to across the Liberian borders. So we'll take some few comments. Please make your comments snappy so others can also have a say. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm Emmanuel Temba. You see, when I was listening to my sisters up there, I was like, thank you for mustering the courage. And let me say this to you, let no one in this world promise you a safe haven in this endeavor. When I went to Nigeria and I saw how much cassava is raising, $3 billion per annum, I came back to this country and I saw how much has been spent by international institutions to our sector of Liberia, and we can't show any export history of cassava product. I choose to champion that cause. You know, my personal recommendation, all people give us not just the verbal encouragement, but let them open the avenue for us. Right now, there are more than 3 different grades at the Ministry of Agriculture. But I still states to be corrected, how many of us, the young people, will benefit from that grade? I states to be corrected here. How many of us, the STARP, the retrial, how many of us will benefit? Instead, the Ministry of Agriculture was distributing equipment. I am processing cassava chips, all as fufu for shipment. I applied. I never got even a cable. I'm not talking about a grading machine, but even a cable I didn't receive. And they know the facility. There are people here, what I'm saying, if they get a facility that is constructed, well constructed, I brought my own engineer from Nigeria who construct my own equipment because I applied for it, I couldn't get it. Let the old people give us the benefit of the doubt by telling us, here is the funding. And the money to us, we will not be able to do, these things. Like the equipment you're talking about, articulated functioning now in the entire country. There's a project called IRTA, the International Institute for Tropical Agriculture. They build cassava processing plant. As I speak, the one in Sado is in the forest. The one in Bokati is not functional. When you go there to ask them, can I use this facility of cassava processing plant or flour processing plant? Can I use this facility? They want you to write until all the sheets finish. If you write at the end of the day, they will tell you, this is about government, we can't do nothing about it. But they will tell us in Canada that this can't work. You have to make agriculture sexy, and we will make it very attractive. Make agriculture sexy, we will get into it.
So his message is, give the youth a chance. Give them practical support.
My name is Victor Ngomu. I'm from Action Against Hunger. I just want to say thanks to the 3 young people for mastering the courage to change the dynamics. It is a challenging context that you are working in. Don't give up. You will get there. The good news is that most of our development partners, mainly the funding agencies, they are now seeing the need that this country, private sector should be enhanced and people's capacity should be strengthened. What we are doing in this country, government is not going to feed this country. That's not the role of the government. That's the first thing we should have at the back of our mind. The role of government is to create an enabling environment, legislate the necessary reforms that will enable people to operate profitably in the private sector. So the key thing is, the gap there is to look first the access to finance, which is a key challenge to private sector enhancement. So it will be good for the government to really work with the private sector, meaning the financial institutions, to see how they can make lending to the agriculture sector a bit more flexible. There's no way you will take a loan today for agricultural development. Somebody tell you have to start paying back on that loan tomorrow. It doesn't work in the agriculture sector. You need patient capital. So as these young people, I think there's a big opportunity. I saw maybe 3 different senior government officials here. Please take the case of these 3 young people and the others that are here at your cabinet discussion, at the bigger level discussion. Start with them. They can be the catalyst to move other people. And regarding the agricultural TVET curriculum, that is the right step in the right direction. But what we normally do in Liberia is we put the first in last and last in first. You don't have a TVET curriculum, but you are sending people drilling everywhere to be TVET instructors. I mean, that's we are proceeding the wrong way as a nation. So in my mind, the development of that agricultural TVET curriculum should be fast-tracked as early as possible. Before you can even stay somewhere telling people that you're sending people for training in TVET education and agriculture. Where is the curriculum when they come back? What are they going to use? That has to be in place. That's the first thing before putting the other thing before. And with the Ministry of Agriculture, Mr. Moore, you start a very good point. The thing is that in business development, because I'm a business development practitioner, what you need to do, you develop businesses along with people. You don't develop businesses in silo and bring people to the business. This is an entrepreneur. What do you need to grow your business? You work with that. But even when you develop a business structure somewhere, you think you will take this guy there, maybe that's not his desire. And to just close, not to take up your time. Cyril, I thank you very much for this formative research. I think it is a good direction for the EU delegation to support this. Currently, I serve as a consortium coordinator with 6 international NGOs, Concern Worldwide, Action Against Hunger, TF Fund, Water Aid, CRS, and our consortium. I coordinate our consortium. We have a current project being funded by Irish Aid. That project came as a result of such a study to know all of the barriers. Definitely this project is proceeding well. Like for instance, all of the findings, based on my knowledge of working in the sector, there's nothing stringent. Your findings, for me, I will validate them as true, they are factual, and these are useful information for the development landscape. Please disseminate the findings widely. Let all of the development actors make reference to them as a baseline information for further development, mainly in the ag sector with the youth, developing the enterprises with youth. So I just want to say thank you for Sarah for organizing this event. I think it's a good dissemination workshop. We find it very useful.
So just to assure you that this is a communication project which has knowledge management built into it. So the reports will be disseminated widely, it will be online. What we are going to do is include the feedback from this session in the final report. We will also produce, out of the big report, a knowledge product that will be easy for anybody who needs quick information to have a look at and understand what has taken place. So be rest assured. Yes, ma'am. So what I need you to do, in order that we are able to take a lot more views, please, if it's possible, to restrict your comments or questions to just a point, so that we can take a lot more voices in the room. I will take my left-hand side first. When I finish, I'll cross over to the right. So please be rest assured that we take as many of you as possible.
Thank you for such a wonderful program. And my hats off to the 3 entrepreneurs. You are so wonderful. We should just spread your ideas, and you should spread your ideas to other youth. But my comment goes to the social enterprise gentleman. You mentioned that you are currently with one university. Are you limited to just one, or can you expand it? Okay, I'm Margareta Smith. I'm Dean of Academic Affairs at the university, the United Methodist University. And I would like to talk to you. Also, the lady who produces the infant formula, I would like to talk to you.
So already we are seeing some networking opportunities. Let me take him and then I'll come back. Are you all students? Okay, so they are all students. I have a soft spot for students. So let me take the students and then we'll move on.
Well, my name is Elton Tom Yogo, Science University, College of Business and Technology. I'm a student of project management. So previously I had 2 questions for our presenter on the research work. I just want to ask these 2 questions for the record. So during the research presentation, I noticed the issue of incorporating technology into agribusiness wasn't stressed. So I will actually need a little work beyond that. If that was done, how can technology be incorporated into agribusinesses in Liberia? And 2, the issue that has to do with disadvantaged youth. The survey that was conducted only targeted students from various universities, most especially students with degrees, AAs, and masters. For high school, and also those disadvantaged youth that will cause locals that also benefit from agribusiness in Liberia. So I want us to just look at that if there is an issue about adding areas into our research. Now, quickly to my comment. In 2018, I had an opportunity for the Yali program where I attended in Nigeria. So during our, we traveled to Benin and also did a visit at the Sunday Empire, where it is a very huge hub for it. And we saw almost all of the young people within Benin who were there working. And what amazed me was we didn't see like for Liberia, right? Sometimes we see most of us wear fine clothes, intellectual area, but we didn't see any of that. We saw all of the young people at that center working. And when we got to act, we realized that the center was created by the Benin government, and then the fellow who carried that initiative there was rejected in Nigeria. He's a Nigerian though. So the Benin government accepted him. And all of the young people every year after graduating, they are given a sum of money to go with the startup. But in that case, it's totally different. So I think if we want to progress into agribusiness, we have to graduate from the stage of just training, and have this put into place that will be able to promote these young entrepreneurs. Thank you very much.
Very much. The Songhai Empire place you talked about, I visited it 20 years ago, and I was amazed. Don't be deceived, I have a lot of gray hair. So please, I also urge you to be as snappy as possible so we can take a lot more comments.
Okay, thank you, madam. It's so good that you have a soft heart for students. By the way, my name is Dr. Samuel Slanga. I am from the Stella Maris Polytechnic University. I want to commend all of my young entrepreneurs on the platform. Already Atoka was a close mate of mine, and I admire her so much. I admire her courage. I want to say thank you, and I hope that you guys wouldn't stop what you're doing. You are on the right path, and we as youth in this country should make sure that we do things the right way to make other people follow our trend. In the society, it's all about the trend. Once we see our friends and colleagues doing something, there's a tendency that we follow and be inspired. I also want to appeal to the Ministry of Agriculture through the Ministry of Education to please provide for those of us in the agricultural sector, to please provide those basic networking fellowships for students in agriculture from various universities. I know about the Agri Fair, which is a national Agri Fair that we have here yearly, annually. Can we do something for the students in agriculture on an annual basis as well? Please, that is my suggestion.
Thank you. I believe that the other panelists here are also listening, and you never know what will happen. So please make that happen.
Thank you. My name is Brandon. I'm from Catalan. Quick observation. I see the panelists, I see the policy people, and I also see the entrepreneurs, but I do not see the producers. So I do not know why that's so. My concern has to do with all of the value addition we adding to these things. Is there a policy framework to protect our entrepreneurs? Because there are competition on the market with the same products that we're producing locally, and you find out that sometimes the ones that are imported are far more cheaper than what is being produced. Then I also have a concern with access to farmers. You know the thing with access to farmers, we talk about it more and more, being friendly with lack of better word, I would say it sounds like a cliche. Because here you are, even at the household level, access to farmers is difficult. This is the first country that I see, if you lost your telephone now, if you wanted that particular way of phone, if you didn't have the money cash down, you can't get it. More besides before we talk about investing into the agro sector. So if households do have access to finance, it's also the ticket that invest will go down to the agro sector and vice versa. So if we just looking ahead at access to farmers for entrepreneurs. The entrepreneurs who come from the household. So what are we doing with the household? And it also has to do with the management of these storage facilities that you talk about, or the processing facilities. What is government doing from the policy to see how that can integrate it to the local? Because it is built, government is supposed to manage it, but interestingly, it's being undermanaged.
Thank you very much. I will take one lady here, and then we have to go back to the panel for them to respond. Thank you. I will not what others have said, but I want us to ask the management aspect of what we do. Most of us young people, when we get involved into these small businesses, we do not manage it well. And we manage our own product so that even when years go by, we will still see an improvement. Because if your product is not improving, you are not having a better management. We that have the passion to enter to small businesses. And also, I would love that the government will tell us or provide us some statistics that will show some of these grants that have been received by other agro-businesses, what's the improvement, what's the benefit. At least then we can now talk about all the financial support that other people are talking about. Okay, thank you very much. So I'm going to go back to the panel. When they are done responding, I will go to my right-hand side and take a few comments and questions.
Yeah, thank you. Can you quickly address the issue related to agriculture? The first speaker spoke about not benefiting from services being provided by the Ministry of Agriculture, and asking the ministry to do more in that direction. Well, look, first let's dismiss the myth that the Ministry of Agriculture should produce rice or food for our people in this country. The ministry facilitates the process and will do so through policy and strategic efforts. And the decision makers act on it, and then it comes down to you as the Nigerians who are supposed to do this. Again, congratulations. You are really in the right direction. My dear brother, we have taken a new trend in project design. You spoke about the START-E and you spoke about the reef trap. You know what it is. I don't have to tell you what it is. In the design of these projects, we identify all problems linking to the successful implementation of the project in ways that it will provide you, the beneficiary, the support that you need to become successful agri-people. And I just want to make sure that we understand that when we talk about agri-business, please let us not just limit it to value addition, processing. Because it goes beyond that. Because if you don't produce it, you can't add value to it. If you don't transport it, through aggregation activities, then the meals will not even receive before processing. And if you process it, and you don't package it well to suit the different pockets of your consumers, then you know you are still having problems with them. And so, you need to understand that the project that we have designed, Retrap and START-E, we noted that there is a serious issue of access to financing. And the reason is simple. First, the banks, the commercial banks here don't have products to sell to the agriculture sector, full stop. They see it as a very risky business, And these people just want a quick fix. We gave you loan today, and tomorrow we are asking you to pay. So that is not there. So a structure to provide agro-financing is not just there for now. So what did the ministry do? Say in all of our project design, we should build in a system that will provide financing to our potential beneficiaries. And that is why you will see in RETRACT and STAFI something, a scheme that we call the matching grant. The matching grant is there to ensure that you have created interest in agriculture and you are really involved at the different stages of the value chain you are supporting. But you know, the ministry or the project will not just get up and say, oh, okay, fine, you are processing cassava, so you know what? Come, we will give you this amount of dollars. No, then we are not supporting you. We are destroying you. We want you to come up with a business plan that will help you to grow, in whatever you do in agriculture. We have that there now. I don't know if you have ever applied for that. And it's open to all. And we didn't just stop there. The project has engaged special people that we call the business development service provider. We are paying you some of money to these people to be able to help you to design your plan, your business plan. You understand? What more can we do beyond that? We didn't stop there again. The project is supporting, has engaged the services of so many youth, people like you, and trained them. Some of them went to Nigeria for training. I think 22 of them were trained under the RETRACT project. They are here to help you think and look through, so that you can become a successful entrepreneur. You as an entrepreneur, you're supposed to see opportunities that others are not seeing. Oh man. And this is very important. I'm sorry I'm taking a little bit of time. This is very important because the opportunities are there, others are not seeing, but you are trained to see it. And because we are not seeing these things, that is why when we say, how you call it, Gary Yoga, everybody goes to Gary Yoga. No innovation. So these people are trained and they are deployed into the various counties to help people like you who have interest in operating at at the stages of the value chain to identify those opportunities and help you to build your business plans for them. And we give it to you. Now, the matching grant means I give you something and you give me something. Because you know the Nigerian business, they say when the government gives you money, it's free. So if you don't put anything inside, you get a government money. So, if you are a medium-scale enterprise in agriculture, and your business plan is very attractive, it's very sexy, let me use the word because we want to make agriculture sexy as well. So if it is not so very sexy, then they will tell you, okay, look, you put in for 100,000, fine, we are ready. But out of the 100,000 that you have put in, we will give you 70,000. You just provide the 30,000, either through in-kind contribution or some assets, and out of the 30%, you can just come in with 10% of that 30% in cash to make sure that you are serious. How much more you want the ministry to do? So I'm begging you, please. You are right, you are not benefiting now. Okay, that's very unfortunate, but please apply. It is still not late. And here with me is the agribusiness specialist for the RETRACT project. Are you here, please? Where is the agribusiness specialist for RETRACT? Hold on. Well, stand up so they can see you. and then they will be coming at the ministry to talk with you. You know? So, I think it's after. I make sure that he came along, because these are the kind of things we knew would come. So please, the projects are there to serve you, but you show the interest. And we are very mindful, because we know that we have, when this kind of opportunity comes, you know what happens? Oh my God, we know that we are wonderful people. So people like me who will not be active in agricultural production or processing, in a split second I will jump up and say, hey, because I'm a good writer, I write my thing quick, and say, look, I have my business, operating in this business. So you see, pseudo farmers, people who don't know anything about farming, oh my God, we manufacture them overnight and they are dead. So you go and give them money. That's the wrong direction, and you're just pumping it in. That's what happened. That's why we want to see your business plan, and that business plan will take us into your business. So please take advantage of that. Was there anything else we can? Operation of the ABC. I have just challenged them. Follow them. You guys sitting over there, please follow them. Go to Maryland, go to Grand Crew, go to Grand Chile. You will see some of these things there waiting. And you say you ask the government to use it, the government say no. Well, I'm not saying you are wrong, but I'm concerned. Because we want you to take it and operate it. Please make use the best of what you have as the Ministry of Agriculture is providing you. And we are there to help you. When you are successful, then we are successful. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So I hope that the ministry is also able to facilitate some patient funds for the agribusiness people, so that you kind of provide the kind of security that some of these financial institutions may require for the young people. Because elsewhere, some government agencies are able to work with development partners and other funders to provide funding to agribusinesses.
Okay, so I'm sure you are referring to agricultural risk sharing. Okay, so yes, as a matter of fact, to sustain that ground, what we try to do now is to introduce something called beneficiary management plan. So that beneficiary management plan that we are trying to introduce into real traffic study is to do what other projects may not have been too good at doing. You know, other projects will say, look, the project say you should give Peter 20 kg or kilogram rice to plant. And we give you that rice to finish it. So no, the beneficiary management plan says, no, that's not it. Give it to that farmer, but we will work on the farmer from that very point to the point where he or she will harvest and it will sell. And the idea that these services and structures that development projects bring into play will die as soon as projects die. We will ensure that that DMP will also have a few months or so to make follow-up and ensure that you are still strong before we can be there.
So thank you very much. We are aiming to close at 1:30. So I will take only 5 comments from this side, and then we would wrap up. So I hope that you will bear with us. You already spoke anyhow. Let me say.
Well, I want to say thank you actually to Syria Development Organization for organizing such unique program for us. Nathaniel G. Jr. from the Woo Agriculture Enterprise. And our young Liberians actually have the passion, because if I look around today, I'm seeing a lot of people who are actually into production. people who are into production, and then it developed actually, like my dad rightfully said from the agriculture ministry. I'm so amazed to see these products, to be sincere. But it is how it is happening that these things cannot be found in the market. And what is the problem? And that has actually been my passion, to serve as a distributor for the agri-products. And I have been working on that sincerely from the beginning of this academic year. It is something that is not actually easy. We're having people who are producing. And why is it that people producing on the daily basis? It is because they want to see how best our country can feel excellent. But if I'm producing and then I don't have the grace to market, how will my livelihood be transformed into a better one? Okay. So, it has actually been my passion to see how best to get around the agro-processors, to see how best to take this commodity in the market for them to reach to our people. But I have been attending program upon program, but for such support, I have not come across it. So my question here is, how do I fit in this light for some of these support services? Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Please, shall we all agree that we are standing on existing protocols? We have all been admired already. We have congratulated them. So let's move away from that and just go straight to our question.
Okay, good afternoon. I am Joseph Koda. I'm from the poultry sector. And in Liberia, as we spoke during the agricultural dialogue last year, we did mention that the poultry sector is one of the areas that has been neglected by the Minister of Agriculture and even the learning institutions. We see a lot of students, we're talking about youth. We are saying here the poultry sector is one of the vibrant areas that can get the youth to get into business so easily, and it is so easier as compared to growing the crops. We have seen most of the areas that have been coming have been concentrated on crops. But the poultry sector is an area that has been neglected. And this is an area that is affecting this country because we say here we eat on a daily basis poultry products that have been done for other countries and they have been brought here with no tests. It's not that we eat it, we are working there in this country because of those products that we are eating. We have seen a lot of pressure. We have seen diabetes. All this is done for these products that we eat. But we don't know. We buy eggs from the market. We go buy it in rabbit or half rabbit. Why don't we encourage local production of these products, especially